Hey everyone, so this month we are discussing anxiety and depression, and the video that I'm going to do right now is going to be a very, very short video. I just want I want those of you who don't have anxiety to just take a minute and watch this and really take it in and understand what an anxiety attack feels like. I am going to do my absolute best to describe it in words, but I want you to understand that a lot of people with anxiety we get anxiety about our anxiety because people don't understand. They don't understand how we can overreact to little things that most people aren't bothered by. They don't understand that we've just been through some things in life that make us feel like we need to be on edge sometimes, you know? And my anxiety, since I have cleansed my gut and got my blood sugar in order, which by getting my blood sugar in order, it got my hormones in order. By getting those three things in check, my anxiety has really, it's, for the most part, it's stopped. I would say I have normal anxiety, the kind of anxiety that anybody gets, you know, where you occasionally feel like, oh crap, what did I do? I feel overwhelmed, you know? That's about as far as my anxiety gets anymore. But I used to have full-blown anxiety attacks, and I'm about to describe what that's like right now. Anxiety attacks don't care where you're at, okay? Let me start with that. They don't care if you are working in a classroom full of 12 3-year-olds. They don't care if you are driving your car down the freeway with your kids in the back seat. They don't care if today's your anniversary and you're supposed to be having an awesome day with your husband or your boyfriend or your spouse or whoever. The anxiety attacks don't care. You just suddenly start to feel overwhelmed. And it could be set off by any little thing. It depends on what that person's trigger is. For me, when I would have anxiety attacks, it would be because I was suddenly overwhelmed. I was either overwhelmed by fear or loss of control or I have some sensory issues, so if I'm in a room that's overcrowded or too noisy, those are all things that can start to make my anxiety get out of control. So I have been to the point where I am driving my car down the freeway and my kids are in the back seat and they're bickering. And I was on my way home from work and I had just gotten off work dealing with a classroom full of 3-year-olds all day, and maybe by the end of that day I had gotten yelled at by one of the parents that I worked with, or you know, things that most people would be able to just kind of shake off and be like, okay, whatever. Life happens. Sometimes people are assholes. That's just how it is. I couldn't handle that. And I actually have had to pull my car over several times when I worked at that daycare, driving my kids home from work when I was working in Ogden, when I had left my ex-husband the first time and I was living on my own with my kids and my roommate, and there were times when I couldn't even make it that 15-minute drive to the house. I would have to pull over because suddenly I can't breathe, okay? So let's think about Okay, let me get myself into the headset for an anxiety attack, okay? I'm in an anxiety attack. This is what I start to feel. I suddenly start to feel overwhelmed and my chest starts to get tight. My heart will start to race. My head is pounding, just pounding, and I can't think straight, okay? And I can't even get words out of my mouth to tell my kids to just shut up for a minute because mommy can't think. I feel myself steadily getting agitated and angry to the point that I'm like, why am I feeling this way? The kids are this is what kids do. Okay, like this part where I can't talk, that's to the point that I would get. And it was like a constant stutter in my head because I couldn't get out words to describe how I was feeling. And my chest just got tighter and my heart would pound faster and it would almost feel like I was having a heart attack. In fact, many people have gone to the hospital, have gone to the emergency room thinking they're having a heart attack. All along, what's going on is they're overwhelmed with stress and anxiety and their body doesn't know what to do. Their body doesn't know how to take it. And you just feel like you can't breathe. And you feel like you're having a heart attack and your head is pounding and you can't think. And I had to pull my car over and I had to tell my kids, just stay here. Don't move. Keep your seatbelt on. And I got out of the car and I walked to the back of it and I would bend straight over so that I could take in deep breaths, breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth, because those are the only things that would help. But the thing is if I wasn't careful to breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth, I could actually start hyperventilating. I am so lucky and blessed that that never happened while my kids were with me and in the car. I never had an anxiety attack to the point that I passed out. That is actually something that could happen. It's happened to many people. That you're just so overwhelmed that your body just kind of shuts off. And I feel like I don't know how to explain it anymore to try to make anyone else understand how scary an anxiety attack is. So if you know anybody or love anybody who has anxiety, or if you see anybody having a really hard time and they seem like, maybe they can't breathe very well, maybe they just look super overwhelmed, instead of accusing them of being a bad parent, instead of snapping to judgments and going, oh, this person can't get their shit together, try thinking about it from the point of view that they feel like they're drowning. They feel like they're dying. They feel like they're having an anxiety attack. They feel like they can't swim to the surface and breathe. That is what an anxiety attack feels like. And the best course of action that you can do for anybody in that moment is just to support them. Go over to them. Give them a hug. Say, hey, what can I do to help you feel a little less stressed? They may be so deep in their anxiety attack, they're not even hearing you. They're just out of it. And if that's the case, you need to just make sure that they're sitting down and that they're safe. So if they do pass out from being so overwhelmed, they're not far from the floor when they pass out. If they have a kiddo nearby, scoop them up and take that kiddo to play with them. Play nearby so that the parent knows you're not taking off with their child or trying to tell them that they can't handle it. Just step in and help. That's all. That's all anybody needs. Really, most of us wouldn't have anxiety attacks or get to that point if we had somebody who would step in and help from time to time. Like all of my anxiety and depression and stuff, that all comes from feeling alone because of the life that I've had. So I want to say that cleansing is what helped my anxiety and depression. And you know what? It helped a lot. But really having a support system, having people in my life to help me when I felt like I couldn't do it, that's what's helped me mostly through my anxiety and my depression. I have only ever I've been on medication for my anxiety and depression twice. First, I was put on Wellbutrin, and I tried to kill myself because I was too young to be on that medication, and it messed with me. And then later on, when I was with my ex-husband and I was in an abusive relationship, so my anxiety was crazy, my depression was crazy. My doctor put me on, no. That was the medicine I took for my migraines. Well, I can't remember what it's called right this second, but it's also an anti-seizure med. And that medication was for an as-needed basis. And the reason that it was as needed is because when you have anxiety and depression, guess what? Your anxiety medication is going to make your depression worse. Your depression medication is going to make your anxiety worse. So really, those two medications, they fight each other. That's another reason why I was like, I have to figure out natural ways to handle my anxiety and depression, because meds aren't going to help me very much anyhow. All I can say is be somebody's support system, because that is going to make all the difference. That is going to make more of a difference in their life than anything else can. It's going to make more of a difference in their life than taking medication will. It's going to make more of a difference in their life than telling them they need to get their shit together. It's going to make more of a difference in their life than making fun of them or criticizing them when they can't get their shit together. Like, just be a support system. That's all they need. They need a support system, and they need to get their health in check. And that's going to be the best way to handle anxiety from a natural standpoint. If you have anxiety and you need a couple more tricks to do it for yourself because you don't have a support system, look into meditation, look into yoga. I do positive affirmations, so every day I look in the mirror and I try to tell myself at least one thing that I like about myself. Damn, Amber, your hair looks good today. Obviously not today, but you know, I notice that I am losing weight and I am feeling great about how I feel. I notice that my skin is clearer today, and you know what? That's awesome. Today I will be strong. Today I will make it through my day no matter what. Today I will be brave enough to reach out to others and talk to them about issues that matter and issues that make a difference and issues that I've been through and things that I've been through that can help others. Today I will smile all day. Like, these are little goals that I make for myself and little things that I tell myself that make me feel better little by little. There's this little prayer that my aunt gave me that I really, really love. And if you're not into prayers, you can use it as a positive affirmation. And it's, I'm getting better and better every day in every way. And really just think about that. If you tell yourself that every day and you really start to believe it and you do little steps to change who you are, to make you evolve. Don't change you, because you're special and you're important, but change the little things that about you that drag you down. Change your self-doubt into self-encouragement. Change your self-hate into self-love. Those are the little things that are going to help you get your anxiety and depression under control. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit subscribe below. Give me a like so I know. And have a great night.